Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Doctor and Autism series. Today I'm joined with Lewis, and today's going to be a nice conversation. So Lewis, thanks for coming on.
That's all right. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
I am Lewis. I am known on TikTok as the Phoenix Doctor. What else can I say about myself? I like to portray many different incarnations of the Doctor, and I'm a very outgoing and try to be a understanding and creative person in my spare time.
I think that's quite good. So with Doctor Who, when did you start watching it, like the show?
Oh, right. I've been watching it since really young. My first Doctor I ever watched was Eccleston.
Yeah. What did you think of Eccleston being the Doctor?
I really enjoyed him as the Doctor because he kind of reminded me of a lot of adult figures growing up, and the whole conflict / trying to take on responsibility sort of way, how you can't always get your own way with things. That's just how things happen.
Yeah, he's a bit different to the other Doctors, isn't he? After him, because he's more straight to the point, isn't he? It's kind of a good way to start off watching it from him, because there's quite a lot of if you should skip the Night of Doctor or not, but I don't think you should. I don't know about you. Do you think people should skip 9?
I don't think people should skip 9 because I think, a bit like a lot of the other Doctors bring up throughout every series, how if the person they used to be wasn't there, they wouldn't be who they are now.
I think so, because the Ninth Doctor, although he had one series, it was a very good one series. But like, do you have a favourite Doctor out of the ones you've watched? Do you have a favourite one?
Ooh, out of the ones I've watched, I've got to say Capaldi. Personally, just the whole alien type of persona that kind of just gives people a new opinion of what the character can be.
I appreciate that. I think he can, but for me, he wasn't. He didn't hit me off straight away like some of the other Doctors. It kind of took time to get used to him, and I suppose accept him as a Doctor a little bit. I think everyone has different opinions, of course. I spoke to someone, I think, on one of the episodes of this series, and we were having a discussion about the 12th Doctor, and I said his third series was better, and the other person said the first one. So there's lots of different opinions, but I think he's had good speeches. 12th Doctor, he had some good speeches during his run. So do you have like an iconic episodes that you like?
I've got to say there's a few. A lot of the ones that stand out to me have got to be things like Parting of the Ways, Army of Ghosts, and Doomsday. Also, Smile. I just like this whole idea of using emojis and expressions when it comes to characters and really pushing them to the limit where they're like, how long can I keep this going?
I like that episode, to be fair, the emoji one. I think that's one of that was a Peter Capaldi, wasn't it, the emoji one?
I
think that was one of his best ones, I think, out them all. But Part of the Waves was that was really good. Like how he I did like it, but with the regenerations, I think they're all good, aren't they? Don't you think like everyone has a good meaningful to them?
Well, they all have their own like kind of personas and ways of dealing with things, and I just think that's the beauty of the character. It's never the same. Oh, right, this person saves the day. It's more of like, this is why I do it this way. This is the reason for me acting in this manner.
That's it. It's awesome. Like I feel Doctor Who is very accepting, isn't it, of different things like in real life. But I think it should be more like that. Like under when Russell T Davies takes over, be more accepting around different, I suppose, like conditions maybe. And that just raises awareness for that, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you do you still watch Doctor Who now? Like with 13?
Yeah, even with 13, even though like I have my own opinions on particular episodes, I still enjoy to watch it to like kind of get an idea of, right, this is where the show is at the moment. This is where it could be slightly better, but I mean, that's an episode's going to be how it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It will always be something to look back at and go, wow, they done that.
Yeah. 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 Like with 13, it's not one I will remember, to be honest. If like we're going years in front, but with the next Doctors after Jodie, there's not one episode, or maybe the Weeping Angel one in Flux. I would say the Weeping Angel one in Flux was probably one of her best. And the Rosa Parks one maybe. But it's a lot different, isn't it? Like music has a good impact in Doctor Who. Like since Murray Gold's gone, it's not the same, is it really?
We don't cry anymore on a beach. The good old days.
Yeah, but hopefully that music does improve. Like who knows, Murray Gold. I think there probably is rumours. There's rumours of everything now in Doctor Who, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
Like you have a rumour. I was recording this only yesterday. A tweet. Of course, it's fake, but James Corden got rumoured to be the next Doctor. But
we'd be here forever with those rumours.
Just because he left that show, he does. I think the late show in America to come back to the UK. And then people think he's going to Doctor Who. Like I don't believe any of them. I won't believe any of them until we actually see an announcement.
Yeah.
What I like to ask everyone, Lewis, who's been on, I'd like to ask, because of course this episode will be going out in August. As we speak, if we're listening, it'll be in August because it's going to be for summertime. And I just want to ask you, would you rather know who the Doctor is before the episode later this year, or would you rather find out beforehand?
I would rather know when the episode comes out, only because of the current situation we're in with the speculation. I just really feel like at this point, it's like, but if we knew when the episode comes out, it's going to be even bigger of a surprise, because we've all been guessing, left, right, center, and I feel like the magic would come back in the episode.
Yeah. Do you because we're used to this all the time, aren't we? It's always at the end of an episode. Would you like something to change in the future, maybe, or in the next episode? Who knows? That they actually regenerate earlier than rather than later in the episode.
This is a brilliant one, because to be honest, I was thinking this back when it comes back to stories such as Journey's End, and I was thinking about how would have the fans reacted if David had actually regenerated during that episode. And I would love to see that at some point, just because I think it'd be mad to think you've got a whole cast array of characters, and now they have to deal with someone totally different who has no clue who they are.
Yeah, yeah. It's something like it's gonna be as someone like personally, I would rather not know.
Yeah.
I would rather not know. It would, for one, what Doctor Who's been struggling these last few years is viewers. Like a good audience, and I think that boosts up the numbers because one, it's a St. Terry special, and two, that there's going to be lots of actors in it anyway, so it's going to be. Yeah, I would just rather that because I suppose I like a good surprise rather than knowing.
Yeah.
Because you know what Doctor Who's like. You know people will moan when we find out whoever the Doctor is. So
oh, they will. Just Twitter just goes off on one.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You get all the platforms going like saying I think this Doctor is not going to be good. It's like any job really, isn't it? Like if you
oh
link
yeah.
it into football as well, like a new manager for a football team, and then of course there's they're going to say stuff about him and stuff, which is why I don't go into. I used to actually, when I go to football matches, if I went, I would put someone in a group chat I'm in, like, and now I don't, and that pure reason is because you're going to get negative comments, and
Oh yeah.
you don't really want negative comments if you're saying something good about maybe a match or something.
Mm,
That's life, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have an episode that you don't like in Doctor Who? Or any episode you don't like?
Oh, where do I start? Let's think. I've got one, but it's for a really petty reason.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Right. Kablam.
Oh yeah.
I think this is just because I love Lee Mack as a comedian so much. But I was a bit annoyed when we're like, oh, what happened to Lee Mack? And then no explanation for the rest. And we're all like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite petty, but I just kind of downrate it for that reason.
Wasn't that the guy from the In-Betweeners in that episode?
No, I think that was in Orphan 55.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah. Kablam was, well, it was a bit boring.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember. I don't remember it. I know it's about these cartoon robots, I think it was, and they destroy it and something happened. But
Oh yeah.
I've got an idea. Why don't we start from the Ninth Doctor maybe, and then go up to the current, like Doctor Who, and maybe we can pick an episode we like and an episode we don't like, and we can go along. Like, is there? Let's start with maybe series 1. Like with the Ninth Doctor, was there like you said, the Part of the Ways? Was that your favorite episode in that series?
That was my most favorite episode in that series.
Okay.
My least favorite, if I had to go with one, I would say I can't remember the name of the episode, but the one where they go upstairs. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Where they
upstairs.
Mighty Jagrafess.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Controlling everything. The only reason why is because I just there was something about the whole to me certain elements felt a bit obvious that things were going to happen. Like from the beginning of it, we're all like, oh right, so someone's gone upstairs, gone missing, and then halfway through, the one character that's been a bit since the episode before, a bit all, oh yeah, I'm casual about it being in the future, is now it's now got a chip stuck in their head, and I was like, well, this is not going to end good for them.
At that age, I thought that was real because it was young. We were young and everything. probably everyone was the same. Maybe, yeah, all right, we'll do
Oh
that.
yeah.
And then you look in the mirror and think, oh no.
No, not me.
That's what I already
Oh
thought. I was pretty scared of that episode, to be
yeah.
fair, even though it wasn't the best. But just seeing that happen, it was a bit creepy, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I don't think there was many not good episodes in that series, to be fair. Although
Oh yeah.
another one that wasn't the best was the one the girl from Torchwood, who wasn't at Torchwood at the time, but she was in that episode. It was like a
Oh, I know which the one with the woman with smoke, right?
yeah, that's
And
it.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's not Henry Van Stan. Henry Van Stan was in Dalek. It was another one, but I don't think that was the best episode, really.
yeah,
But the others were great. I like the mummy ones. I like Dalek. I think Dalek was a really good story. I think we should get like more like that. Well, it was a great start, wasn't it? Like to the revival
yeah.
series and everything. But so let's move on to series 2. Like we've got that's David Tennant's first series, like
Yeah.
which has some good episodes. Like, was Doomsday your favourite then? Like we said before, like Doomsday.
Yeah. Doomsday, and I've got to say, along with that, another one I really enjoyed was the Christmas Invasion. Just the whole build up into the start of the series, as it was a brilliant start. If there was any in that series I wasn't too keen on, I would have to say the TV that kept eating people.
Oh yeah.
I was a bit like, oh, I was like, I'm never gonna watch the TV again. No.
Yeah, I was like that as well. Like it was
Uh,
a lot of those episodes at that time were like quite realistic.
oh yeah.
They were, and yeah, I agree. I like those episodes. Christmas Invasion's the best Christmas episode up to date for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, like there were remembering what some of the episodes were. Maybe New Earth was okay. Maybe the one that they was in the trains. That they were jumping to find Martha. And
Gridlock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although I love the scenery in that episode and everything, but I thought it was quite long and like boring because they were doing the whole episode around jumping.
Yeah, I think they got a bit carried away with that. I definitely agree with you on that, because you do think for most of the episodes, you think, how many cars are we going to go through?
Yeah, I know, it takes nearly a whole episode. But I did like the speech at the end when he said about Gallifrey and everything. I think that was one of the best parts of the episode, because you don't really get too many doctors opening up to companions, do you? But yeah, like season 2 was an okay series. It wasn't David Tennant's best, but like I mean it was one of his best, but meaning like I didn't have the really good episodes in it. Had okay episodes, but yeah. So series 3, that was when I think wasn't it Martha's series? Yeah, no, it was like the first one was the moon one in Jadoon. What episodes in that series do you think?
Well, definitely, I loved the moon one. I also liked Daleks in Manhattan.
Yeah.
What are the other ones that were involved? The only one I didn't appreciate back then, but appreciate slightly more now, is Family of Blood.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Family of Blood's great.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you watch back and realize how many references they put in the show to its history, and you go, oh, that's why they done that. The only thing I even still now though, I kind of have a little bit of a annoyance about is how you never explained in that episode, oh right, this is why he was being chased. This is why it's shown on little flashbacks. It's more of, right, you're now in central England back in the past. He's living as a human.
Yeah. I think that's good. I did like that episode. It was new. It was a bit different. Like I don't know what they were actually called. Like they were called the Family of Blood, but they were going to be called something different, aren't they? They're not just going to be called the Family of Blood. Like you didn't really know that, and you didn't know what they really looked like either. But yeah, I think there was some really iconic scenes in those episodes though. With like Baines and everything. I think the actor who played Baines was really good with one of the most good characters in that episode. And yeah, I think like especially when people cosplayed on Doctor Who, I think there should be more content on Baines because you don't really see many of him, do you? It's normally the Doctor's companions and stuff like that. But yeah, like I think series 3. How did series 3 end? I can't remember.
Ended. I think it ended with, wasn't it with John Sims Master?
Oh yeah, that for me, they were the best episodes. They in that series, John Sim, that's the Master. That's all the time the best ones, and there wasn't. I think series 3 you had the Sontaran. The Sontaran episodes were okay. I didn't really like. Well, I did like them in a way, but I was that's the first time I saw Sontaran. And then we didn't see him for years until we'd gone back again. So yeah, series 3 has some great episodes. But series 4, I love series 4. I think series 4 was awesome.
I've got to agree. Just the whole high stakes all the way through, and I still now every time I see the new modern trailers, still think you've not got to that level yet. You're not on the same level as series 4 was.
Yeah, like series 4 out of all the series had the most episodes. Like beating anyone. And 20 episodes I believe in total. And yeah, it's hard to pick favourites in that series though, because you have the Vashta Nerada, you have the End of Time, you have Wars of Mars, you have all sort of really good episodes. But I think what Turn Left. What's your thoughts on Turn Left? The one with that thing on the back.
For one of the most heart-wrenching episodes, and like really giving you a dive into a world without the Doctor. I felt so drawn in even from the first moments to like think, wait, this could have happened. We've had all of this happen through all the other stories with everyone else, but this one moment could have changed everything.
I agree, and it was like it was a bit different, wasn't it? Like you had Rose back and everything like that, and I feel that was really good, really good part of that. And what just comes to my mind, which is from series 2, just flashback for a minute. Love and Monsters. What do you think of Love and Monsters?
I like the comedy of the whole Elton being kind of like having a little joke about Elton John and stuff, but I feel like the episode as it goes along kind of it goes out the window slightly with certain elements, because the whole mysterious monster, that's brilliant. The whole all right, they've absorbed people. where the monster becomes silly is when they're out in the street chasing with a cane, and you think to yourself, you think at this moment, you're like, the whole darkness element is gone from you. You're just comedy now.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Like, it's one that I like, those kind of episodes where you don't have the Doctor in it, because we see lots of the Doctor, don't we? So series 4, like, what did we say? What's your? Do you have a favorite episode, or is it too hard to choose?
It's definitely hard to choose with that one.
Yeah, but okay. Then, do you have an episode that you don't like, or are they all great?
I feel like the only one only because now I've found a deleted scene. The only one I kind of wished it put more into would be the Unicorn and the Wasp, because there was a deleted scene where they actually meet Agatha Christie, and I feel like that could have just more reinforced the whole historical purpose of the story.
Yeah, I'd say that. Like, I didn't think at the time, I didn't think anything of it, but now looking back, I think it is a good episode and all, but it's just a bit confusing at times. It's more like it's a mystery, isn't it? Like a mystery kind of episode, where they act as like the Sherlock Holmes kind of, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very hard to choose them kind of ones. So David Tennant had a really good run as the Doctor, and then we go on to the fifth series, Matt Smith. When many probably thought no one's going to do as well as David or Chris, when Matt came to the screen. But what was your thoughts on Matt Smith then, like, as a Doctor?
I thought I was very confused at first, but as it progressed, I kind of came to love and enjoy the character, because it was very I loved the friend orientation kind of element to it. It was like, right, these are my friends, we're just having adventures, we're just having fun. There's so much to do, and either they can stay in their nice little village, or they can see what happens.
I love Matt Smith. Like the Doctors for me are Matt Smith and David. I gotta say Chris as well, because he started it all. But David, and like, hard to choose. It's really hard to choose between Matt and David, but I would choose probably David, only because he was, I suppose, my Doctor and everything. But Matt Smith was just as good. And if David did come back, I think he only come back one more time. I can't see him come back anymore. Only because he looks older, doesn't he? Matt Smith doesn't as much.
The thing I can see with David, either he'll come back one more time, or he'll come back one more time and have a break, because maybe he might want to be like, oh, it'd be a bit more suspense down the line.
Yeah, I agree. Right, so with series 5, that was a pretty good opening series of Matt, I think. Do you have a good episode that you like in there?
I like I've got to say the Angel episode, where Angel Bob takes over.
Well, that was funny, wasn't it? Angel Bob.
I still can't help but remember I made him say comfy chairs.
Oh yeah, Angel Bob. That was pretty funny. I thought they weren't being serious at the time, but his name was Bob. It's Angel Bob.
Yeah.
It was nice that episode. He was on the walkie-talkie for most of it, weren't he?
Yeah.
You didn't think anything was going to beat Blink, and that was in series 3, I believe. It was Blink, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So we forget episodes, you see.
Yeah.
Because we say a good episode and then we think on another one. But but yeah, I think that's a good episode. What about what other episodes wasn't there? Is there any that you didn't like? Series 5?
Let's just think.
Quite hard to think, actually.
Yeah, it is. Not. I feel like it'll come back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe what we should do is we should just think, rather than going series by series, which we've done
Yeah.
quite well up to now, because it's hard to remember episodes from so long ago. Maybe let's go out of Maximus' era as Doctor. Do you have an episode that like is really good, like your most favourite under Maximus?
I've got to say, although I've got to say, is it Time of the Doctor, the one where he jumps into the timeline? No, I think that's.
Well, isn't that the one he left? Yeah, I think that was the one he left.
I think it was something totally different, but the one where he meets the Whispermen and it really kind of builds into the whole 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I think that's very good. What about? Is there any that you like? Maybe going on to Peter Capaldi. Is there anyone you didn't like with Peter? Where were we?
I was saying about the Matt episode, the one where he meets the Whispermen, and that slowly ties into the Day of the Doctor. The whole mystery at the end of that episode, I think, really just made it such a standout from a lot of the others.
Yeah. I think what weren't that the one where he was going to Trenzalore? That Whisperer one. Oh yeah, I think that's a good episode. There's many that it's let's think of some that maybe that wasn't great with Matt. What do you think about the handbook one?
The handbook.
Like the when Amy gets older.
Oh, that one. I didn't hate it, but I did feel kind of annoyed that it was so easy for such a mistake to happen.
Yeah.
If there's another one I've got to I'm not a fan of, it's got the theme park planet, and the Cybermen are literally just Iron Men.
Oh yeah.
Walking around.
Yeah.
They just speed everywhere like the Flash. Oh right, little child, let me pick you up.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like yeah, but Matt Smith was great. Doctor had some really good episodes, some maybe not as great. I like with Peter Capaldi. The one I didn't like was Hellbent.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know the one where he's spending long time to get to the Gallifrey.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why with that one, because even now I still sit back and go, I love the monologuing, but it's taking very long.
Yeah.
And I just want to be there. Take me to Gallifrey now, please.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was watching that, I just got really annoyed because you get into this wall every time. He's getting killed every time as well, isn't he? So you just wanted to get there. So that's one I didn't like. Like we said before, what our favourite ones are, like the emoji ones. I think the Master, when the Master came back, that was a really good one as well. The Cyberman story.
Yeah,
that was really good. Like it brings you back to more to your childhood with that. Seeing him back. So I think that's pretty good. Is there with Jodie? Is there any that you like? I think I said Rosa Parks and the Weeping Angels. Is there any more that you think there's good episodes with her?
I've got to say Demons of the Punjab, personally. Another one I think was pretty good was, what was it? I've got to say the one where the Daleks return and the American from Arachnids in the UK, what's his name? Decides to start printing up all the Daleks, not realizing what he's creating.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That is. What about like ones that weren't great? If you can maybe just pick one.
Ones that weren't one. I've got to go with the conundrum where the Stitch turns up and eats the Sonic.
Oh
And
yeah.
Almost everything in that episode's like kind of on point. Like the whole pregnancy's brilliant, and all the other characters trying to fix the ship. But the fact that they could have had anything on the ship, and it's this little adorable looking creature that all they have to do is use an airlock on.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think we've covered quite a lot of the Doctors. Like, have we? We went from that night to 13, so that's pretty good. Like, I think with why I decided to do this series, Lewis, because quite a lot of people I found having autism and basing this podcast around autism areas as well as Crohn's as well that I have. So I think it's quite cool because I find many people that have a good knowledge about autism. Like I think you said beforehand that you know you have some friends that have autism, so you kind of know what autism is. So I think I think quite a lot of people who like Doctor Who have it or know about it. So I thought this was a really good series there, and I like it that you wanted to join me and have a good conversation about Doctor Who and autism a little bit as well. And last thing, Lewis, is there like a quote that maybe that you can relate to in Doctor Who?
A quote that I can relate to.
What was your favourite quote?
I've got to say, where I fall is where I stand. Personally, because I relate to it in the feeling that anything that I do or try to achieve, even if it goes wrong, like the fact that I tried is the beauty of it. And I think the fact that what the Doctor tries to do in that story, even if he fails, he knows he's tried, and that's just the amazing factor from it.
I've got to agree. I've actually forgotten that quote, to be honest, but you just remind me of it, and I think that's a really good quote. Where I fall, where I stand, because it's quite relevant, isn't it, to quite a lot of people? Because if you're struggling with something, and then you fall, and then you're still going to stand up where you are because you're going to improve and learn that nothing's going to win. Like you're going to win all the time. Lewis, thank you for coming on for this episode on the series. It's been really awesome.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, it's been great. Did you have any last things that you want to say to anyone watching or listening?
Just know that there's people out there and you're not alone.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant, Lewis. Well, thanks, Lewis. It's been awesome.
Yeah.